You know the drill by now. Welcome back to Ring Races. I'm 5 cups into the Grand Prix, but before we move on to the Emerald Cup, I have a few spray cans to collect. Although, in a bit of a break from the norm, I started with a round on Tinkerer's Arena. I had seen that there was a challenge for completing a round while using only a single Gatsa bomb. I did just that in Prison Break mode, but having missed the big Grand Prix at the start of the challenge description, you know, the one in all caps, I got nothing for my efforts. After that failure, I got started on more fruitful ventures in Gigapolis Zone. I mentioned it in the last video, but the spray can here is particularly obvious. Just use your E-brake on this bridge, and you can't miss it. Without the threat of other races, I got my new lilac paint job with my first attempt. I couldn't remember any other spray can locations quite as clearly as that one, but I knew that I had at least seen a few others on courses like Cadillac Cascade. Returning to it, it's actually really obvious where the spray can is, but it took me a few tries to reach it. The clear problem with reaching the spray can is that it is too high to reach easily using even the intended strategy, but that's nothing that can't be cheesed. I had brought the pogo spring into these match races at the behest of a comment on a previous video, and their wisdom was clearly proven. One quit out later, and the reward was a ruby paint job. I ended up collecting 2 further spray cans on the Sneaker Cup. Autumn Rings is a little sneaky, but just requires you to turn around after this ramp, netting me a T paint job. Lucid Passes is more obvious, being in plain sight at the top of this cliff. Fail a pogo spring trick, and you can easily bumble your way into picking up a purple paint job. On to the Emerald Cup. Just a fantastic series of events there. I saw all of those obstacles in the first lap and just knew I was going to end up tangling with all of them. I just didn't expect it to all be in the same lap. I need to get out of my habit of fast falling where it's not explicitly required, seeing as I don't think it cuts down your time at all in the long run, and I keep making mistakes doing it. I don't know why hitting Sonic here had such an impact, but I'm not complaining. Opens up a lead for me, and I need to get points to make up for that first race. Absolutely tragic moment for something like that to happen. Worst thing is watching and just knowing that with no items and no rings, you can't even do anything about it. You just have to hope and pray no one else catches up before you get to the finish line. It's moments like that that you think to yourself, God, I could just cut out that moment and pretend my foot is corrupted. I don't think a sealed star is in the cards for this cup. Gust Planet does some interesting things with momentum that would require you to think about how you ration your ring count and things like that. But then it takes the funniest possible approach and decides to make the optimal strategy the one where you don't think about that at all and instead just need to run into all of the boosters. Good to finally get that first place and an A rank. Almost certainly too little too late to mean anything, but at least I can say I got something in this cup. Unfortunately, my rival, Sonic, is still in first overall, but if I can keep up this momentum, maybe I can still pull something off. Yeah, first attempt at Mr. Cave didn't go to plan. Let me summarise. First lap went well, then the crushers got to me in the second and third lap, and then it didn't go so well. So now we're here, again. My previous experience meant I knew the course layout, but to be honest, it's pretty straightforward. If you break this tripwire, you can get this invincibility, which lets you break this tripwire, and then you just need to dodge the crushes here, so something like that doesn't happen. Try and drift to get the rings in this capsule, then stick to the edges over these jumps. There's practically no risk involved, and you get a big advantage for doing it with all of the rings you'll be collecting. There we are. That's a much nicer screen to be looking at the end of the race. Sonic's still in first though, and at this point, the only way I'm beating him is if I get a first and he ends up at the back of the pack. Entirely possible, but I'd also absolutely take it as the game throwing me a bone. Looking back at this, I should have absolutely got the prison up at the top, then collected this CD before going for the easy one down at the bottom. But my lizard brain kicked in, saw a shiny collectible, and drowned out any logical reason. Statistically, I don't think perfecting this would have got me in the sealed star, based on point requirements and so on, but it'd have been a nicer rank on my results table. As it turns out, don't try and get the sneaker shortcut here. That's twice now I've tried and failed at it, and my placement is suffering for it. We carry on. if you notice that racer there, see, didn't count as a race ahead of me, which I think probably marks this as the first time I've lapped another racer in this game. Pure skill. If you were tracking the order the other racers finished in like I was, you'd have seen that Sonic finished in 4th, which means I just barely make up the point required to beat him and get myself into 1st. Again, I'm under no illusions that is entirely unnatural and it's just ring racers throwing me a lifeline. A consolation for not reaching the sealed star, if you will. But a win is a win, and so I begrudgingly thank the game for their generosity. Here are the results. I had heard strange sounds upon completing some of the courses throughout the Emerald Cup, so I guess I now know they correspond to unlocking extras. Still not swapping out the tornado until I get something real good, but we're nearly at. Dear God. We're in for the long haul, I guess. Next episode is going to be the Extra Cup, but until then, I hope you enjoy the video, and ciao.